This class is going to focus on some life values, specifically good sportsmanship. And I got to say, it doesn't really matter if you are an athlete or not. If you are playing card games, board games, involved in any competition or contest whatsoever, it's very important to be a good sport. Today, we're going to look at some key vocabulary that helps you talk about good sportsmanship, such as poor winner, poor loser, and so forth. We are going to have a discussion with a young little buddy of mine and talk about his opinions on what makes a good sport and why good sportsmanship is important. No one likes a poor winner. Equally, you don't want to be like this guy either. We're going to look at what it means to be a poor loser and how we can avoid such behavior. Welcome, everyone, to our little class. Today, we're looking at moral values, strong values that build character and help us be good, contributing members of society. Our topic for today is good sportsmanship. If you haven't checked out any of my previous videos, I am Kevin. I'm an English teacher and also a writer. If you're enjoying anything in this video, feel free to click on that subscribe button. Your support is greatly appreciated. Let's have a look at some of our study goals for today. First thing we are going to do is look at the tools for the job, the words to build around this topic of sportsmanship, key vocabulary. After that, we're going to have a little Q&A, a little question and answer session with a friend of mine who I know very well. And we're going to have a discussion and get some different opinions on what makes poor winners and poor losers so that you can look out for such behavior and try to avoid it. We want to gain an understanding of why good sportsmanship is important. Finally, self-reflection is a wonderful exercise. If you haven't checked out my last video on it, there are some great little activities that you can do to help understand your identity, compare your role and your experiences, and how you learn from your experiences with other people as well. And we're going to reflect just briefly on this question. Are you generally a good sport or maybe a poor loser? Does your attitude need adjusting, or are you a role model? As always, every single topic under the sun has its key vocabulary. These are the words that I recommend you use to talk about sportsmanship. And if you don't know them, we're going to walk through some definitions together now. Sportsmanship, poor loser, poor winner, whine, make a stink, showboat, brag, good sport, good sport, poor sport, lose your cool, and better yet, keep your cool. Before we define our key vocabulary, let us have an understanding of our topic, which is sportsmanship. Simply put, sportsmanship is a behaving in a fair and respectful manner when playing sports, games, or competing. A vital part of playing on a team is practicing good sportsmanship. We can see someone here with a sour expression. This guy is clearly a poor loser. Oh no, don't be like this, boys and girls. If you lose any kind of game and you get upset, you start to get all up in a huff and you're blaming other people, you're making excuses for losing. Sorry to say, but that makes you a poor loser. Don't be like this. It's no fun for anybody. Conversely, we have the poor winner, which is exactly the opposite. It is someone who brags and boasts like they're the best and the most when they win. And again, it doesn't matter if you're playing tiddlywinks, it could be dominoes, a little tiny game makes no difference. Anyone who is super, super confident or putting down other people after a game or match can be classified as a poor winner. These are not qualities that we want to follow. Don't be like this guy, taking pictures of yourself all the time with your trophy and your medals. No one wants to see that. We want to be humble. Quite often, poor losers will whine or make a stink, which means to make a scene or to act upset or angry in public after losing, or during or after losing. On the other hand, if you are a poor winner, you may showboat or brag. It just means to show off, to be super confident. And we have a little example sentence right here. The football player was really showboating when he broke out that victory dance. I'm the best, you're the worst. Um, you don't want to rub it in, right? What we want to practice is good sportsmanship. And being a good sport means to be respectful and treat others fairly when playing sports or competing or playing any kind of game. Even though they lost the championship by a huge margin, those guys were really good sports about it. They didn't get upset, they didn't throw things, they didn't make a stink, whine, or complain. They were humble. On the flip side, a poor sport, again, is someone who gets angry, upset, or treats others poorly when competing. Example: it was embarrassing. They were such poor sports and wouldn't even shake the other team's hands. Finally, we have to lose your cool, but hopefully you can stay calm and keep your cool. Losing your cool simply means to lose your temper or your patience, and keeping your cool means to remain or keep calm even though you're losing 50 nothing and your team doesn't even have one goal. He lost his cool and threw the video game controller. Don't do that. Your parents are not going to buy you a new controller, PS5 controller for $100 a pop. Even if you think the ref made an unfair call, you need to keep your cool. Arguing with the referees is like arguing with the police. It's never a good idea. You may not win and you may find yourself in hot water. We're going to discuss things now with a little bit of a Q&A. Welcome, Ethan. Thank you for joining me today. And today we are here to talk all about good sportsmanship. So, good sportsmanship means not cheating. Anything else?
Not lying and not being too confident.
Okay. Sometimes when you're playing NHL 20 on the PlayStation video game and you lose, are you a poor loser?
Sometimes
Do you ever blame other people for losing or blame the controller?
only the control.
You blame the controller. Do you sometimes throw the controller? No, because then you'd have to buy a new one, right? And get a job first. Am I ever a poor loser when we play chess? So what do I do that makes me a poor loser?
Kind of get angry and say
I get angry and say bad words,
some. I think
throw the board across the room. Okay. When we play chess, are you ever a poor winner?
No.
Do you ever brag and get overconfident and tell me how badly you're going to beat me? Is that behavior kind of like a poor winner? Let's just be honest, right? Well, we're just being perfectly honest here. What is showboating? What does it mean to showboat? Showboat's like to show off. So how might you showboat? If you win a game, how would you showboat? Would you do like a little victory dance? Oh yeah, oh yeah. I won, you lost. Go home. You're no good. I'm the best. All right, sit down. Poor winner. All right. What does it mean to lose your cool?
Look,
To lose your cool. Do you remember that expression?
not look cool.
No, it means to lose your temper. What makes you lose your cool?
People cheating.
You say that a lot. Are people cheating a lot when you play games with them?
Yeah.
So how do we practice being a good sport? What are some things that people should remember when they're playing any kind of game? Try not to lose your temper. What happens? What do you do if you feel like you're getting angry?
Time out.
Time out. Okay, take a deep breath.
That's
Calm blue ocean. Calm blue ocean.
it's good.
Hear the waves.
It's goody.
What is that? Is that your victory dance? Are you showboating? What's going on? We're not even playing a game here. You're winning. Why is good sportsmanship important?
But it is important so you don't be mean to people and you don't show off and make them look bad.
Right. So you're thinking in terms of the opposite almost. It's important because we don't want to have this negative behavior. Yeah, for sure. Or if you're bragging all the time, maybe people don't want to play with you. What should you do at the end of a sports match? What is customary or what is an act of good sportsmanship? What is an act of good sportsmanship that happens at the end of a sports match?
Shake hands.
Shake hands. You say good game, right? What does whine mean? To whine. Can you put that in words? To cry or complain? What does it mean to make a stink? And this is not something you do in your diaper. Not that you wear diapers anymore.
Oh,
To make a stink. What does that mean? It could be. Absolutely. It's kind of like just to make a scene, to get upset and get angry so that you're kind of making a scene in front of other people. Have you ever made a stink because you lost?
one time.
One time? What did you do? Yeah. Right.
And I lost in shootout.
Right.
And
How did you make a stink? What did you do?
I really
Well, that's not interesting. What did you do? You got upset.
go in the cupboard.
You got upset. You wanted to cry maybe, and you just got a little bit upset. And you said, did you blame anybody?
A little bit.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, that's natural. It happens to the best of us all the time. We
Such a
want to. Do you want to leave? Thank you so much for joining me. This guy's gone. He's going to go play a match of something. He's going to go win the world championship of chess. You made it through to our daily exercise. Good for you. These are some things that you can do regularly to help this topic sink in and practice it in a natural, fluent manner. For you to reflect on how you behave and how you react when you win or lose a card game, a board game, a football match, a video game, anything where you're losing or winning. Number two, take a bit of time to practice describing how good and bad losers, how poor, how poor winners or poor losers behave, so then you can clearly describe these negative character traits. Let's talk about the value, the importance, and the advantages of good sportsmanship, how it helps us to practice teamwork, cooperation, and how these values can be applied to our everyday studies or work or social lives. That wraps up our little class for today. Thank you so much for sticking with it, guys. I hope you've gained at least a little something that will help you in your never ending journey to speak and write English more proficiently. On that note, if you feel that this video has been advantageous, go ahead click that go ahead click that subscribe button. Your support is invaluable to me. Attitude is everything. The way that we look at things um, really affects how we interact with other people. It's really essential for us to find the fun in competition, whether it's a video game, a card game. It doesn't really matter what. Um, we want to enjoy the experience. It helps us to connect with other people, to work together, and friendly competition is always a healthy thing. So we don't want to be negative at all. If you lost, maybe there's something that you can do better next time. Having a very positive attitude and behaving in a humble, calm manner is a very good quality that will help us to get along better with other people, to be peaceful, to be friendly, and to live longer, happier lives. We'll see you again soon. Take care.